Okay, I realized yesterday after I finished the first part of everything you wanted to know about 7 Days to Die that it wasn't showing my cursor on the screen, so I think I've rectified the situation, so I'll try and go and take it from there. In yesterday's video, we covered the industrial biome, the desert biome, and the forest biome. We still have to find a plains and a burn biome so I can take and show you what those are. Oh, while I'm here in the forest biome, trees are one of the resources. You can get that in other biomes for wood, but the forest is your best place for finding a lot of trees to cut down to get wood. So let's see if we can find a plains and a burn biome for you. This looks like it might be another desert biome. But while I'm here, this is one of the things I didn't show you yesterday that's unique to the desert biome, which is an aloe plant. And the aloe plant, you can use that to make healing bandages with. And basically, in 7 Days to Die, there's two kinds of bandages that you can use. One's called a, well, let me put it into the search box for you so you can see. First, you have the simple bandage, which is made out of cloth. And then you also have, it just says bandages, but that's made out of the aloe cream in a piece of cloth. And I don't have any more cotton on me, so let me go take care of that right quick. And same as we did yesterday, you just take the cotton. If you right click, it places one. And then while I'm doing this, if you take and you left click and pick up a whole stack in your inventory, you can right click and place one. If you're taking right click on a stack, it'll pick up half the stack. And this is how we make the aloe cream. It's just one empty jar with an aloe plant above it, and that gives you aloe cream. And then back to our recipe, it's saying we need 1 cloth and aloe cream. And that gives you the healing bandages. And as you can see by the tool tip there, it stops bleeding, and it also applies first aid, which is healing. And for the healing on this bandage, it's healed over time. You're not going to get the full benefit of the health. So I'll go ahead and use it. And then you can look over here at my health bar, and you'll see that as I go over time, it'll take and start healing it up. And to use something on your toolbar, all you do is select it like I have it highlighted there, and then you right click, and that uses whatever it is that's on your toolbar. So like I'm going to take and eat these, I selected them, I right click, and as you notice from eating the cactus, it gave me a little bit of fullness, and gave me hydration, and it gave me a lot of stamina. And with the blueberries, it's giving me more of the fullness. My green bar is starting to fill up, a little bit of hydration, and no stamina. And then for the yucca juice, it's giving me a lot of hydration and a little bit of fullness for the food. So that's what I was saying about the desert's the easiest place to survive, because you have all easy ways of getting food and hydration in the desert without water. The bad thing about the desert biome is because everything's sand, and sand is real easy to take and destroy and dig through and everything else. So it becomes a problem of building your base there. So if you can find something that has more solid ground, it's better to build your base there, so it's harder for the zombies to dig underneath it, and just be close to a desert biome so you can get your food and yucca juice so you can survive. Now back to trying to find the plains and the burnt biome for you. Okay, what we have here is the burn biome, and the way you can tell the difference between it and the industrial biome, because They do have some of the buildings, as you can see over there on the left, is you won't see the girders and you won't see the cinder blocks laying all over the ground like it is in the industrial biome. And the only thing that's really unique about the burn biome is above ground coal. And this is what the above ground coal looks like. And it gives you the coal ore that I was showing you yesterday that burns for 6 minutes and 40 seconds. And I guess since I'm here already and all these trash bags are here, I can show you about the loot timers. And I'll just use the trash bags that are here to take and demonstrate the difference in the timers to you. So this is looting the foul trash with no loot timer on. And as you can see, that's pretty much immediate. Now let me get out, change the loot timer, and we'll come back and we'll do the next one. Like I said, to make changes to any of your settings, you have to take and get out of the game. And loot timer. So now we're going to try it on the normal setting so you can take and see how long the loot timer is on the normal setting. Doing the exact, we're going to use another rotten trash just like the other one. So it's the same loot, but okay, that one's in. Okay, this is with the normal loot timer. And see the difference, it's not immediate, so that's the difference between the no loot timer and the normal loot timer. Now I'm going to change it again so you can see what the fast loot timer is. Okay, here's another foul trash. So this is with the fast loot timer. So it's a little bit faster than the normal timer is. And the different containers will have a different amount of time that it takes you to loot them. Like a gun safe, I believe, is the longest that there is, and it's about 30 seconds. And when there's zombies around, 30 seconds can seem like forever. So just for the purposes of this introduction part, I'm going to go back to no loot timer just so I can speed things up. And then when I actually start doing what you would do in gameplay and all that, then I'll take and put a loot timer on it so that you know what's what with the game. But basically, this is what the burnt biome looks like. And like I said, the only thing that's unique about the burnt biome is this above ground coal that you'll find. So the last one I need to find for you is a plains bind. While I'm here, I'm going to show you the stuff that you might have missed since my cursor wasn't on the screen yesterday because of OBS. So I'll take and do it again. On your map, if you take and right click, you can set a waypoint. Up here with the flag, that gets rid of the waypoint. If you're off someplace like I'm looking over here with this arrow right here, if you take and you click it, it returns you back to where you're actually at and everything. So I'm going to take and set a waypoint over here, and then you'll be able to take and see the red flag on my compass right here above my toolbar, and we'll see if we can find a plains bound going that way. And see the difference here with the industrial biome over the burnt biome. You have all these cinder blocks and metal girders and all that. They both have these buildings like this, but the burnt biome doesn't have the girders and the cinder blocks. Guarantee what you're going to get for biomes. Right now, what determines the map layout and all that is the name that you give the game when you start the game. So if two people use the exact same name, well, you'll end up with the exact same maps to play on. Okay, this is a plains biome, and the thing about the plains biome, the only thing that's unique about the plains biome is corn grows there, wild. So if you need corn seeds and all that, this is the place to come. Uh, you can see I got corn here, I got the goldenrod flowers, I got cotton here, but what you don't have a lot of in the plains biome is the trees. Something else while we're here is the plains biome has a lot of these cliff areas, and the cliff areas can be good for getting resources from. And yes, I let my water and food go down to zero on purpose so that you can take and see that it doesn't kill you. It just takes your health down to one. So what we see here in this cliff face is you have coal ore right there, you have iron ore right there, you have clay, the red dirt I was showing you on the riverbank. So the plains biome isn't a bad place to take and build because you can have stone here in the plains biome, and stone's one of the hardest materials you can get to take and build on. So that's all of the different biomes and what's unique about them. Oh, we covered the inventory part. The only thing I didn't show you about the inventory is it's not documented using shift when you're taking and moving stuff around. I'll show you that now. So if you hold down the left shift key and you click on something out of your inventory, it'll take and move it back and forth. If you're in your inventory, it'll move it to your tool belt. If you're on your tool belt, it'll move it back into your inventory. Uh, you can also take and use the shift key when you're taking and using your crafting panel. Let me see something I can take and use. Let's make sticks so you can see how how it works with that. I believe sticks are under the building, and I think I've already made them, so maybe it's resources. Yes, sticks right here. If it's green, that means that I've already made it once before, so as soon as I click it, it'll take and make one. But if you take and you hold down the shift key when you click it, it'll take and make the max that you can make out of what you have in your inventory. So watch me click sticks and then watch what happens to the 15 wood planks I have in my inventory. It takes and it moves the max amount that you can make for what you have in your inventory. So that's a quick way to take and do it. If it's yellow, it won't do anything, and I'll show you that. So we have sand here in our inventory, and that's used to make crushed sand. And if you notice, I'm sitting here clicking on it and nothing happens because I've never made that recipe before. So once I take and I put the sand in there and I craft it once, it takes and it turns it green. Now I have that recipe. So I can take and I can do that. If I had more sand, then I could take and I could use the shift and hit crushed sand, and it would make the max that I could take and make. It would put the ingredients in here, since now it's green. If it's yellow, it won't do anything for me. I have to physically place it in there once, and then I can take and do it. So that's how you use the shift key for your inventory and the shift key for crafting stuff. And as you can see now, my thirst bar and my food bar are completely gone, but my health is still at 1. I haven't died. So you won't die from the thirst or the hunger. The problem becomes is with 1 point on your health bar, it doesn't take much to kill you at all. Matter of fact, you don't even need a zombie to do it. Let me see if I can go up here on this cliff and just jump, and just the damage from that will probably kill me. We'll take and find out. See, I only had 1 health, so it didn't take anything for me to take and die just falling off the cliff. Most of the time, you would take and just have a little bit of damage, and nothing would really, you wouldn't die or anything. But because I let my health get all the way down to 1 hit point, it didn't take very much damage at all for it to kill me. Next thing you'll notice, we never put a sleeping bag down, so it took and it spawned me in a completely different area. I'm back in a industrial biome again. Looking at the map, trying to figure out how far it spawned me from where I was. Oh, we were in a plains biome. So, I was all the way up here. See it makes a blue icon for where your backpack is at. You'll see it on the map, and you'll also see it on your compass. See the blue backpack here, and it'll only show the last backpack that you drop. Your backpacks won't disappear, they'll still be there and everything, but what it's going to show you on your map and your compass is the last backpack that you drop. That's one of the things where the setting waypoints can help you out, because now I can take and right click on my backpack and set a waypoint there. So if I die again trying to get to the backpack, I still have the waypoint set there to take and show me where the backpack was at. And as you can see, when I died, it cleared out everything that was in my inventory. All that's gone now. The only thing I kept is what's on my toolbar, because that was what was selected in the options. I could have had it the other way, where I lose everything on my toolbar and kept everything in my inventory. It's all up to you how you want to set it up. Probably just starting out, it would probably be best to take and keep your important stuff on your toolbar and just lose the stuff in your backpack, because we can always go back and get our backpack and get all the stuff that was in it. Okay, the only other thing we have as far as the keys and what they do and all that is you have tab, which shows you the scores. Like I was telling you yesterday, I'm on a single player, so all it's showing is me. If you are on a multiplayer server, it would show everybody that's on their server and how many player kills they had if it's PvP and friendly fire is on. If it's PvE, then there shouldn't be any player kills because friendly fire is off. It shows how many zombie kills everybody has, how many times everybody dies, and what your score is. And another important thing is if you're having problems with your computer and everything, the very last thing there, ping, will take and show you what your ping on the server is. My ping on this single player game is 0 because it's playing right off my computer. The other one was voice chat, and that's the V key. And if you notice, as soon as I hit the V key there in the right hand corner of my screen, a microphone popped up. If you have the voice chat enabled in your settings before you start the game, then you can take and you can use this. And only the people that has it activated are going to hear anything that you say and will be able to talk back to you. And the last one was the game chat, which is the T key. And that's where you can take and type in messages to take and talk to everybody else on the map. You can take and you can just type something and then hit enter and it'll go away. The other thing is you can sit there and look what other people said, but you don't want to say anything. Just hit the escape key and it takes you back out of it. So that's pretty much the introduction for the different kind of biomes and everything like that, what things look like in the biomes, your control keys and all that, the difference between the loot timers, how your inventory works and your tool belt and all that. And so I'm probably going to stop this video right here, and then the very next video we'll take and we'll do a little bit of like loot and trash bags and things like that, so I can take and show you what's important and what's not so important. Actually, you know what? Now that I'm doing this, I'm just going to take and we'll go through a little bit of that right now because I've already lost everything, so we can pretty much see what it's like starting from scratch and what you're looking for and all that. And like I told you, I'm in a desert biome. It's easy to get food and hydration here and everything. So what we're going to look for is trash bags and stuff like that I could take and loot and get empty jars to help me out. Of course, the age wood, like I already told you, that's a good thing to take because you can take and use it for a source of wood. These buildings like you see here in the industrial biome, they're good for taking supplies and stuff like that. So we'll check them out and see what we can find. What I'm really looking for right now is empty jars so I can take and use it to fill up with the yucca juice. But as we go along the way and we find other stuff, then we'll collect that. And once we get enough to do a campfire in a forge, then I'll go through all the stuff for your campfire and setting it up and what you do and everything like that. And once we get the stuff for a forge, then we'll go through a basic tutorial of how to set up and use a forge and what's important to use. These glass panes that you see here are only good for making jars in a forge. So I'll take it because I want to get jars, but I'm going to have to take and set up a forge before I can do anything to make jars. These coolers here, they'll have food in them, and you can take it, but you can see as soon as I take the food out of there, then now I'm getting the nose over here that I'm carrying something that smells, and the zombies can be attracted to it. And it takes and tells you right there on the food. If you look at the bottom, it says smell ranges and the smell strength. So if it's in my backpack, they can smell it up to 20 meters away. If it's on my tool belt, it's up to 60 meters away. Another thing to look at is down at the bottom when it says the effect of eating it right now is food poisoning. And just so you know, if you have full health, it's pretty rare that food poisoning is going to kill you outright. And I've taken and I've tried all different kinds of things like goldenrod tea and antibiotics and stuff like that, and none of it cures the food poisoning. So you just have to take and wait it out. It lasts a certain amount of time. It doesn't tell you in the tooltip. It will give you the 20% fullness, but as you can see, you're going to lose 10 points off your health, 40 points off your stamina, 10 points off your hydration, and 30 points off your wellness. And wellness is a new thing that's going to come into play with Alpha 10. Right now it has no effect. But in Alpha 10, the more points you lose off your wellness, the less health and stuff you're going to have every time you die. And I think basically it's a thing where they want to take and cut down on people committing suicide just because they have a broken leg and don't want to take and wait for it to heal. The other thing you see I got here was blueberries. And I don't believe this is the blueberries that you eat. I think this is the blueberry bush that you just lay down and then you can collect blueberries off of it. Well, I'll lay it here on these bricks and see what happens. And that's what it was. If you notice now, it's saying that I can pick 3 blueberries off of it. And same with the other one. And currently in the game, you don't have to put it in dirt or anything like that. When you get the blueberry bushes, all you do is you take and lay them down. I've laid them on any surface. Like you saw, I just did it on brick. It doesn't have to be in dirt or anything. And then you can just take and pick the blueberries off of it. Cabinets with the paper. The paper's mostly good for making TNT in the game. Early part of the game when you're starting out and everything, I don't pick it up because I need my inventory slots for other things. It's going to help me out right now. Okay, if you find a toilet like this, you can fill your empty jars off of toilets in the game. So I don't think you can drink from it. We'll try and see what happens. No, you can't. All you can do is you can take and fill your empty jars, and they'll be full of murky water when you take and you fill them from a toilet. Some people take and break down the toilets to get and I should really be using a pickaxe for this, but I don't have a pickaxe, so I'll just have to do it this way. Okay, what we got out of that is a short iron pipe. And the reason they break down the toilets is to take and get this short iron pipe. And the reason being is because that's what you need to take and build a furnace with, so that you can start making metal or glass jars or stuff like that. Well, so I can take and I can use my glass panes here to make glass jars like I was telling you. Well, I'm not getting it off the search. If you see here with the anvil and the hammer, that's all your forging stuff right there. Oh, because it's called a forge, not a furnace. So for a forge, I need one of these iron tubes, which I just got from busting up the toilet, and I need 3, 6, 8 rocks. Okay, like I just got some more repair tools and everything there. I don't need more than one repair tool. So all the bad ones I have, I take and I put them up here to take and turn it into scrap iron. Whatever you put into this center block here, this shows you what it breaks down to. And the scrap iron is going to help me make iron to make the tools that you saw me take out of the creative menu before. But for now, I'm just going to take whatever it gives us, and then I'll just show you what you do as you go along, and why you use what you use and how to make stuff. The two big things we want to make from the start is a campfire and a forge. These are the small stones you saw for my forge that I needed 8 stones and the short iron pipe to make a forge. So as you go along, these small stones are what you want to pick up to do that. Also, so you know, your campfire, that also uses the stones. right here with the fork and the cup, that's food and cooking. And for a campfire, we also need 8 small stones for that. So just to set up our fire and our forge, we need to find 16 stones. What I got from the trash bag was bullet casings, which really don't do you any good in the beginning of the game until you read the books and everything so you can make bullets. But I also got coffee beans. Coffee beans can be used 2 ways. First, right off the bat, they can be mixed with water in a cooking pot to make coffee, or the beans are also seeds, so you can take and use the coffee beans to grow coffee in a garden. We'll cover that in another video just about gardening. So pretty much starting out and everything, you want to check every garbage bag you can find, because that's usually your first ready resource of finding stuff that you really need in the early part of the game to get started. Like this one has feathers in it. The only other place you can find feathers at is in bird's nest. And you want to take and collect feathers because you can make a crossbow, and feathers is what you need to make the bolts to fire out of the crossbow. With the tin cans, it takes 2 tin cans to make 1 of the scrap iron. So, well, I'll show you. So we don't want to take and put 3 in there, because what will happen is it's just going to waste 1 of them. It's only going to give me 1 scrap iron. So I put 2 tin cans in there, and it's still going to give me the 1 scrap iron, and I still have my 1 tin can left that I can take and use more scrap with. Okay, I kind of screwed up because I didn't show you one of the very basic tools that you want to take and make when you start out in this game, and that's stone axe. And I'm not going to use my hatchet, because when you start the game, this is going to how you're going to have to take and start out. Just left click to punch on something while your tool belt is on an empty box. And as you can see, I got a stick out of that. Just put in your search box stone axe. Oops. And there's the stone axe, and that's the recipe for it. Uh, what this is a sharpened stone. This is a plant fiber and a stick. Well, I already got the stick. To get the plant fiber, I'm taking these blades of grass and I turn them into plant fibers. And to get the sharpened stone, I use these small stones. So I got a sharpened stone, a plant fiber, and a stick, and that makes a stone axe. And the stone axe will be your first tool and weapon and everything like that in the game, and that's what you use to take and get started with, starting from scratch in a brand new game. The very next thing I'd want to do is take and get wood so I could take and make some kind of a weapon, so I don't have to take, since the stone axe is also one of my tools and I can use it to repair stuff and everything. I'd rather have some kind of weapon to take and fight zombies and everything with, so I'm not using up my stone axe. But just in case you don't find anything else, then you can take and you can repair your stone axe. And the way you do that, well, actually, let me go use up my stone axe a little bit so I can take and show you how the repair is done. These boulders here that you see are all over the place in all the biomes, and it's a good place to get resources from, because these boulders will give you 4 different things when you break them up. You'll get the small stones, you'll get iron fragments, you'll get potassium nitrate that you can take and use to make gunpowder, or you can mix potassium nitrate with moldy bread to make antibiotics. And you get coal, which is a source of fuel. So I'm going to break some of these boulders up to take and wear the axe out, and then I'll show you how to repair it. Okay, something you can do when you're using these tools and everything is you can just hold down the left mouse button, and it'll just keep chopping or digging or whatever you're using the tool for. The other thing is, if you just hit the E key, it'll pick up one thing, but if you hold down the E key, it'll take and collect everything that's there. So I'm going to hold down the E key so you can see what's happening. See how it just went and sucked up everything in the area and put it into my inventory. And as you can see, like I told you, we got small stone, we got iron fragments, we got coal, and we got potassium nitrate out of that. The other thing to let you know about this is when you use tools, it affects the stamina. If you look at my stamina bar, the purple bar with the running guy on it, it's going down the more I take and I use this stone axe. Okay, so my stone axe has a little bit of wear on it, as you can see by the green bar down here up underneath it. Usually you don't have to take and repair anything until it's about halfway, 50%. It'll tell you in the tooltip there, for its durability, it still has 202 hits left out of 250, so I'm a long ways from halfway. But I'm just wanting to show you how to take and do a repair on it. You take and put the stone axe right there in the center of the crafting panel, and if you look at it, very bottom it says the repair item that you need in green. Well, it's saying I need small stones. So I can take and put a small stone there, and then it takes and repairs it a little bit. And there it's fully repaired again using small stones. If you look at the fire axe, it's saying I need metal strips. Well, I don't have any of those yet. And the way you make metal strips is out of these small short iron pipes. So I know I need one for my forge, so I'll put 2 in there, and see, it breaks it down into metal strips. And now my fire axe is repaired. So right now we needed 1 small iron pipe and 16 small stones to make our campfire and forge. So let's make them. If I have the ingredients in my inventory, notice how these are a darker yellow, so I don't have what I need in my inventory to make it. The forge is a brighter yellow, so that means I do have the items that I need to make the forge. And all I'm doing is right clicking with the stack, and that puts 1 in each and every block. So now I've crafted a forge. The other thing I said I needed was a campfire. And blueberry seeds, it's saying I have what I need to make blueberry seeds. And what you need is blueberries, and I have the blueberries here. But I don't know if I want to use them for seeds right now, or if I'm going to have to take and eat them till I can find something else to make food out of. Right now, all I'm worried about is I want to take and make a campfire. Okay, I know that I'm going to lose anything that I have in my backpack, so those 2 things, I want to take and put them on my tool belt so I don't lose them if I die. So briefly, that's how you get what you need to take and start out. The only thing we need now is to take and find some clay so we can make molds, because you need molds to be able to take and see, I need an empty jar, and I need these lumps of clay so I can make a mold to make empty jars with. And basically, I'm going to leave it at that for this video, because I want to take and make foraging and cooking on a video all on their own. So I'll leave you with that. That's pretty much the end of the introduction video, and then the next one I do, it'll be on foraging.